Buongiorno, welcome back to my channel. Today is a haul, and I know I promise that I'm not going to pay so much money for fragrances, but I have an explanation. A store that I know was transferring and they had like amazing sale because they didn't want to transfer all the products from one place to another, so they just had this big sale on everything including fragrances. And yeah, I couldn't resist and I got some fragrances. I also got some fragrances that I want to do a review on, and I'm talking about Atelier Cologne. I have here a lot, so this haul is mainly about Atelier Cologne. I know that this brand is pulling out of North America, but I still wanted to do a buying guide on this brand, but also I wanted to find some dupes or similar fragrances to some of their most famous perfumes. So if you are from North America and you loved, I don't know, maybe Clementine California, I can find like a dupe for it or something similar for you that you can buy in North America and you don't have to go, like example, for vacation in Europe to get it. So if you love Atelier Cologne or you are looking for a similar fragrance to one of your favorites from the brand, I will upload that video as soon as possible. So the first fragrance that I have here is Rose Anonyme. As you can see, I've already unboxed it, I already tested it, and this is an oud rose combination. First impression, I didn't like it very much, but I do like it more now that I am testing it. It's definitely similar to very famous oud rose combination fragrances, like for example Oud Silk Mood from Maison Francis Kurkdjian, and other fragrances that I still am testing, so I can't tell you if they are very similar, but for Oud Silk Mood there is definitely some similarities there. And from Atelier Cologne fragrances, this is definitely one of the most long-lasting ones, because as you all know, Atelier Cologne, it's like from the name Cologne, are mostly very light, fresh, citrusy fragrances, but this is definitely one of the best when it comes to performance. It was a blind buy, by the way. So although Atelier Cologne pulled out only from North America, but actually here in Italy, I can find it. At least I can't find a physical store where I can test these fragrances nearby, especially that Sephora doesn't carry Atelier Cologne anymore. I don't know why, but this is what it is for more than a year now. So the only way to test them is by blind buying them, especially the ones that are not available in the discovery set. So that was Rose Anonyme. The next one is Atelier Cologne Bergamote Soleil. And this is such happy, vibrant bergamot. It's amazing. I love it. And bergamot is one of my favorite notes. It's very fresh and juicy and refreshing for summer, you know. And this is kind of a sweet bergamot, not like sweet in, I don't know, sugary sweet or like fruity sweet like other fruits. It smells like a ripe bergamot, so it's very fresh but still has the sweetness. Absolutely stunning. Love it. I can't say that it's my absolute favorite bergamot fragrance, but I definitely like it more to the one from Acqua di Parma, which says a lot. The next one is discontinued, unfortunately, and that is Santal Carmin. Karma, I don't know. As the name says, it's a sandalwood fragrance, and it's one of the most talked about fragrances from the brand, so I don't know why they discontinued this one. It's kind of a soft sandalwood with a lot of vanilla, so it's very toned down. It's not harsh or too woody. It's this perfect blend between vanilla and sandalwood, and it's very soft. So to me, it's more of almost an intimate experience. So something that you can wear to the office as a signature scent, but not, no. This is too woody for the summer, but it's very easygoing and it's quite unique as a sandalwood. I've never experienced something like this fragrance, and I see why a lot of people love it, because It's very easygoing. It reminds me, not that it's a similar fragrance, but it reminds me of fragrances like Bois de Riz, Bois d'Argent, all these light unisex fragrances that are just, I don't know, nice. They make you smell put together and still don't project very much, so it's office friendly. So it's kind of easy reach. And this is quite unique for a sandalwood, because my experience with sandalwood fragrances that they are quite projecting, and this is not it. So if you are looking for a soft sandalwood with some vanilla, then definitely this is it. Now let's get to two fragrances that I bought last year. So these I already have tested and loved them, so I got myself 100 ml of them. And the first one is not a surprise. This is Love Osmanthus, one of my absolute favorite fresh summer fragrances. I had the travel size and I almost finished it last year because I fell in love with this fragrance. It's gorgeous. Although it's called Love Osmanthus, I personally don't get much of Osmanthus here. So this smells like light blue. I love, you know, these fragrances. This is how it smells. It's, to me, kind of a less musky, more sweet version of light blue. But it smells more expensive than both I Love and light blue. More naturalistic, let's say, so also more expensive in a way. Love it. It's just so refreshing, so happy. So if you love light blue and I love and you wanted something a little bit more elevated in a way, this is amazing. They are quite similar though, and I will definitely do a comparison video between all three of them, and also between this one and another one from the same brand that is quite similar, and that is Cedre Atlas. It's so refreshing and sweet and juicy and just amazing. It's a little bit lemony, so it's lemon. You have the Osmanthus that I personally don't get so much, and it definitely has more notes than the declared one. But the lemony, aquatic feeling, floral, fresh feeling that this fragrance gives me is just amazing. If I had to keep one of the ones that I mentioned, I would definitely stick to Love Osmanthus and declutter the rest. Now the next one is Cedre Atlas. And you would imagine that it's quite a cedar fragrance because it's called Cedre Atlas, or the cedar of the Atlas mountain from Morocco. But to me, here is the bottle by the way, but to me, this fragrance smells like not a perfume from Juliette Argan. Yeah, definitely I smell not a perfume superdose from Juliette Argan. As you all know, I love this fragrance so much. It's not exactly like 90% of similarities or a dupe, but I can definitely smell the same DNA. So it's kind of a woody, because although not a perfume superdose uses only one note, a molecular note, this molecular note that is, I think, a kind of abroxan, Cetalox I think it was, has this very woody, a little bit citrusy vibe to it. And this is the same that this fragrance gives me. So it's woody, but it has this very airiness to it that reminds me of not a perfume superdose. Definitely the citruses are more amped up here, but I prefer it to not a perfume superdose because I can get it all the time. While not a perfume superdose, I sometimes get and sometimes I don't get, and I love that fragrance. And this is the only issue that I have with it. This one I get every time, or at least from, I don't know, from the sample I got it every time. So I expect this one to be, for me, a better version of Not a Perfume Superdose. Let's get to the set, and it has this limited edition print on them. This is Orange Sanguine and Oolong Infini. Orange Sanguine is the best blood orange fragrance on the market. It smells exactly like a blood orange, very authentic, very fresh and citrusy. If you want a very natural smelling blood orange, you can go wrong with Orange Sanguine. Oolong Infini, on the other hand, is a tea fragrance, and it's a very fresh, citrusy tea in a way. It is often compared to the one from Bvlgari, Thé Blanc, I think. And also it's quite a while since I've smelled that one from Bvlgari. I think they are quite similar. I have to admit, it's not very special, and maybe it's not the best tea fragrance on the market, but I definitely bought it because of the limited edition cases. It was on discount and I couldn't resist. But anyway, yeah. So I have a backup of Orange Sanguine, and now I have also Oolong Infini. So these are all the Atelier Cologne fragrances. Again, definitely stay tuned for my buying guide and possible dupes of all like the famous fragrances from that brand. And before going to the Xerjoff fragrance that I got, let's get to the fragrances that I got from that store that I talked about. And the first one is Bvlgari Omnia Paraiba. This is a discontinued fragrance, and I actually blind bought it. I don't know how it smells. I looked up the notes and I saw it was passion fruit and chocolate or something like that. So I said, let's... Oh my god. Okay. Failed blind buy. Extremely synthetic, very passion fruit. Yes, it's definitely here. It's also a little bit citrusy, but very synthetic smelling, very cheap. Oh my god, this is totally a fail. I'm not going to talk much about it. This is a no. I'm going to declutter this fragrance. No way. Anyway, let's get to the next one. So the next one is J'adore Enjoy. Again, a blind buy. So I've never tested this one. I tested almost all of the fragrances from J'adore, all the flankers, let's say. And I don't know, the price was really tempting. So I decided to blind buy it. So I looked up the notes and I said, this is quite an interesting take on the J'adore DNA because it has salt. So let's see how it smells. So I expect it to be kind of a beachy, summery take on J'adore. This is quite interesting. I'm not saying that I like it, but it's quite interesting. It's very light. Definitely you smell the DNA of J'adore. It's kind of a summer version of J'adore. Honestly, I don't get salt now, like the salty touch. I'm not saying that I love it, but I am definitely going to test this one in the coming days because it smells quite interesting. Tell me in the comments down below if you have this fragrance or you have tested what do you think about it? It's an eau de toilette, by the way, so I am also curious about the longevity. It's always an issue, but for now it's okay. Let's put it like that. Next one is Miss Dior Blooming Bouquet. Now, I am a big fan of Dior's private collection. By the way, I have a buying guide on the private collection from Dior. And when it comes to the Miss Dior flankers and Miss Dior itself, it's not that I don't like it, but I always shied away from this range. I don't know why. In my mind, it was always a little bit overpriced, in my opinion. But with the discount that I had, I couldn't resist and I got myself Blooming Bouquet. Absolutely Blooming is also very nice, but it's a little bit too sweet for my liking. Not that it's a fragrance that I wouldn't mind to get, I don't know, as a gift or something. It's not like in my wish list. It's peony, it's floral, there's rose, it's musky, it's feminine, it's elegant. I mean, Who doesn't know how this fragrance smells like? It's a nice peony fragrance. Is it my absolute favorite fragrance of all time or my favorite peony fragrance? Honestly, no. But it's kind of an inoffensive, mass-pleasing scent that is appreciated by a lot of people, that I don't mind wearing also for summer because it's so fresh that I would also wear it during summer, not only springtime. So yeah, that was Miss Dior Blooming Bouquet. I am not sure about the longevity because it has been a while since I tested it. Now the last one is the discovery of the year, I would say. Yeah. This is L'Eau d'Issey, and this is a flanker that is called Shade of Sunrise. This is not a blind buy. It's a discontinued fragrance, and I was like really happy to find it in that store. Here is the bottle. And the thing is that I tested this one in another store. They had like a tester and the last bottle. And I tested and I said, it was also discounted but a good price. And I said, this is quite an interesting fragrance. And I decided not to buy it, just to go home and look up on the internet if I can find it at a better price. And the next day I went to the other store and I saw that they had this sale and I got it even like more than half price off. And this is a beautiful, beautiful tropical fragrance. But not scent and lotion. You know me, I don't like this creamy coconut scent and lotion fragrances like Terracotta and the new Naturel from Chloe Nomad. I love my frangipani. I'm a ylang-ylang, but they have to be fresh. Not too sweet and not too dense or creamy or coconutty. And this is exactly it. It has coconut, but it's coconut milk and it's blended in a way that retains the freshness of the other notes, so it's not overpowering. I get the jasmine, the ylang-ylang. It's quite airy and fresh tropical fragrance. So beautiful. Absolutely love it. The only thing is this bottle. What is this? I mean, it's a hideous bottle, but the scent is beautiful. I am definitely getting a backup bottle of this one. If you can find it, get it. If you love this DNA, so tropical yellow florals, but fresh ones, get yourself this one. Can't tell you much about longevity because although I tested it on my skin, but it was not enough to give really an opinion about it. It was only 2 sprays, so yeah, I can't tell you about longevity and sillage, but the scent, absolutely amazing. This will definitely go on my list for best discoveries of the year. No doubt about it. So that was L'Eau d'Issey, Shades of Sunrise. Now let's get to the last fragrance, and this is a niche one from Xerjoff. I got myself Bouquet Ideale. If you saw the video where I tested this fragrance, I thought that although it's really good and I really like it, it's similar to another Middle Eastern fragrance that my husband owns. And for that I thought that I really don't need it, but again it was on discount, so I couldn't resist. So this is Bouquet Ideale from the Casa Murati line from Xerjoff. This is just the small size at 30 ml. Here is the bottle. And Bouquet Ideale is a stunning amber fragrance. Beautiful vanilla, amber, spicy, has this woody base, but mostly what I personally get is vanilla, nutmeg, cinnamon, guaiac wood, some labdanum. Just stunning. A stunning fragrance. Definitely hyped up for a reason. This one deserves the hype, has a very good performance. I wouldn't say it's the best from Xerjoff though, so I would say it's long lasting with moderate to strong sillage. And if you are on a budget and you love this scent, then get yourself Kalimat from Arabian Oud. This is a Middle Eastern brand, and that fragrance is almost a dupe of this one. Definitely there are some differences. I will do a review and a comparison between this one, Kalimat, and also Golden Powder from the House of Oud, because if you look on Fragranticas, they compare always these three fragrances. From what I can tell you, it's definitely very similar to Kalimat from Arabian Oud. So if you want to see a full comparison between this one, Kalimat, and also Golden Powder from the House of Oud, then definitely stay tuned. So that was it, that was my haul. I still have a box of summer fragrances that I bought last year. That will be coming very, very soon. So if you love haul videos, then definitely stay tuned. If you loved this video, please like, subscribe, and also hit the notification bell so you will get notified when I upload any new video. Definitely stay tuned for the Atelier Cologne buying guide for the comparison between Bouquet, Ideale, and other fragrances, and also for the summer haul. Tell me in the comments down below what is your favorite Atelier Cologne fragrance, and if you like any of the fragrances that I mentioned, and do you know the one from Miyake, Shade of Sunrise, and what's your opinion about it? Thanks a lot for watching, and see you next time. Ciao.